Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, cottagers. Welcome in. We are back. We are playing Harvest Moon SNES. We are in our second year. This is our final winter season. And the goal right now is to increase our heart level with Nina, because we've kind of been letting her fall by the wayside as we worked on other stuff. So that's our goal today. Okay, Thanksgiving is tomorrow. We missed Thanksgiving the first time around. I couldn't quite figure out where we were supposed to go. Nina just didn't really say anything to us. So we will see if that happens again. She might just not have a Thanksgiving spot, I guess. It's for all the husbands and fathers who are always working hard and women bake cakes for them. The show thanks. I suggest you to come to town if possible. Because girls give cakes to people they like if you have time. I suggest you come to town. Alright. Yeah, so that's what we did last time. We came to town, and there wasn't, Nina was not there. So, I'm not sure if she'll tell us where she's gonna be, or if she'll be like, nah, nah, I'm good. Maybe she doesn't bake cakes. I don't know, maybe that's the real key. Unsure. Oh yeah, I forgot we had 4 chickens now. I guess maybe I can stop picking them up. Now that there's 4, that's actually so many to wrangle. Maybe I can just collect the eggs and give them their food. They've moved beyond the personal attention situation that we had going on. Alright, so I also learned, this is a crazy thing, I learned that if you have the golden hammer, which we do, y'all know that wild chicken statue that's on the road? You can apparently smash that with this golden hammer. So I guess we're gonna try and do that. It looks like an ornament of a chicken, but what is it? It interests me. Oh! I smashed it, but nothing happened. I thought there was supposed to be a power berry in there. But maybe I've just destroyed it. Maybe I've just destroyed town property. Hi Brad, hello, welcome in. How are you? We're just running to the cave? Not really a mine, I guess. The cave. To get an herb for Nina. To give her. Because we haven't really been giving her gifts, and I looked it up. And I don't know that we're gonna get a kid before the end, because we need her heart level to be really high, and we don't have it that high. I'm super dizzy for some reason. That sucks. I'm sorry to hear it. Hopefully you can just lay down and rest. That's awful though. I don't know, being dizzy sucks. You can't really do anything. Where is Nina? I don't remember if she's inside all the time now. Because it's winter. I do not recall. Thing is, when I lay down, I feel like I'm spinning. Well, I guess just sit back. Then. Don't lay down. Okay, what if I come from the mountain? What if I come from the mountain, get this out, and then smash? Yeah, the chicken, no power berry inside. Interesting. I don't know if it's supposed to be guaranteed or if it's one of those things where it's supposed to be like a chance at things happening. I do not know. What time is it? Alright, let's sleep so we don't lose points with Nina. We're gonna be on like a tight time scale now because we don't want to lose Nina points, and you lose wife points if you go to bed after them. Alright, let's see if she has any special dialogue today. It's the Thanksgiving festival today. Here you are, darling. Thank you for working hard for me every day. We ate our cake. Please work well from now on. We got our cake from Nina. Bless. Ate the cake. Very exciting. Gotta get our brush. I guess I won't go to the town square. I guess it doesn't matter because Nina already gave us our cake. We didn't have to go anywhere special. Let's get our cow, brush, and all that good stuff. The milks are crazy large. I said it once, I'm saying it again. That is literally the size of us. If there was a milk jug the size of me, I wouldn't be able to carry it. Liquid is so heavy. No way. Impossible. Even with my little wooden limbs, it would not work. I would strain a ball joint, and it would be all over. And the milk would be spilled all over the floor. It'd be a huge disaster, honestly. There we go. Chickens are fed. Time to rush up the mountain to get Nina. Maybe it's the wrong season for us to smash the chicken statue. That's the only other thing I can think of. That actually it's like spring or something when we can get it. This is such a long run. There is the shortcut that you can get by the goddess pool, but it's still, I don't know if it's actually longer because you gotta use an axe to break open one of the stumps there. So I feel like it's kind of equidistant. It's less running physically, I suppose, but kind of the same outcome. I feel like last time, I don't know, maybe I didn't have enough hearts with Nina to like get the event to trigger. Or maybe I just missed it. It's entirely possible that I just like, my brain just fell out onto the ground, did not notice that she had given us a massive cake, and that we just ate it. It's always a possibility. Because we went to the square last time, and everyone was just like, I don't know, confused why we were there, I guess. They didn't seem very welcome. And then I read later, I was like, what are we supposed to do if, like, on Thanksgiving Day? And it was like, oh, you're supposed to, like, each girl has, like, a different spot that they're supposed to be in or something. And I was like, I have no idea where Nina's spot was supposed to be, but I was clearly not in it. That much I knew. Pick you're gonna walk across here. That is a bold move, friend. Keep going. You gotta keep going. Yep, all the way across. All the way across. There you go. Alright. Gotta go in here. It's 5 o'clock. Say hello to Nina. There's such a narrow, like, window between getting home at the right time and then Nina already, like, being in bed. It feels like a race every day, which is not generally how I want to feel. I guess we should probably check her diary, see where we are at. Because the key is, the real key, is if we want a kid, she needs to tell us that she's pregnant, and then 60 days from when she tells us that she's pregnant, she will have the baby. And the thing is, we only have, like, each season is 30 days, and we only have, like, 2.5 seasons left. So, we are up against the clock, for sure. So where is Koro? There he is. Our little dog child. Hello. Sir. Sir. Called you over here. Wild. Alrighty. Brush. Milk. Winter is definitely the most, like, I don't know if tedious is the right word, but it's very boring in terms of, like, any of the other seasons. Fall is pretty rough too, but you can at least, like, forage in the mountains for, like, a whole bunch of mushrooms and stuff, and you can fish and things. You can't do any of that in the winter. You can only really get animal products, and after that you kind of just hang out. So it was probably the time you were meant to do, like, most of your interpersonal relationship things, but we just kind of, I don't want to say we squandered our time in winter one, but we kind of did. We kind of just, like, rushed to bed every day and just tried to, like, speed run through. Kind of did the same thing in fall this year. We probably could have gotten a lot more heart points with Nina by giving her the mushrooms, because she actually is one of the few, I think she's the only girl that reacts favorably to the poisonous mushroom, because she's just feral like that. She's all about the poison mushroom. I don't know what she does with it. I don't think she eats it, but maybe there's, like, a collection of poisonous mushrooms just drying in our house somewhere. I haven't asked her, I guess, to be fair. I did not say, Nina, what are you doing with those mushrooms? Would you like to share? So, and I don't really, you know, all I know is mushroom, poisonous mushroom. So clearly, we are not scholars of what each one does. So maybe she's got some use for him that we do not know. Alright, let's see if we can get to her diary before her mom's shop closes down. I learned recently that the screens in between places, like, cause time to pass a little bit. So you can lose time. Yeah, we're at 6 hearts. I think we gotta be at, like, 8. So, and I don't know that we gain points from chatting anymore now that we're married. That might not be the case. Oh, we're getting close to nighttime. I guess the other thing I could do, I don't know if it's worth less points or more points. Let me see. Time to experiment. You can give the girls fodder. I think we have plenty of fodder. Let me check. Yeah, we have a lot of fodder. So if I go in like here in the chicken coop and snag some fodder, can I give her multiple gifts a day? I don't think I ever tried to do that. Alright, let's see. Nina, do you want this fodder? Do you want this hay that I'm just gonna give to you? Well, you can. I wonder if you get points for each one. Or if it's just the first gift of the day. See, there's all these like little things in the SNES version that are not well mapped out, and the thing is, it's hard to find guides for this game. Because a lot of things people just didn't know. Sometimes things would happen, so like a lot of the guides will tell you like, hey, in order to get the dude to come to your farm and trade you the bean for the cow, it has to be fall. And it doesn't have to be fall at all. It's just like, that's when the one person got it to trigger. And so they just wrote that on some weird forum, and then everyone was like, okay, fall is the time. And it's really like any time in year 2, I think. So there's a lot of like weird myths about this game. It's sometimes hard to like get information about what you're actually supposed to do, who actually likes what. The wikis are like okay for gifts and stuff. They're certainly not the worst thing, but they can be kind of dubious in how accurate the information really is. Very questionable. And the romance mechanic is admittedly like pretty simple. It's just like a point system. You just accrue points by doing some things and lose points doing other things, and then as you get to certain point thresholds, you get to certain hearts and stuff. So it's a bit of a... And there's no way to like know, I guess. There's some ways to tell what your like affection score is based on dialogues, I think, when you're single. But once you're married, I'm not actually sure if there's a way to actually tell how close you are to achieving an additional heart or not. So it's all very confusing. It's taken me a lot of digging and then a lot of being kind of skeptical of most of the information that I come across. Slowly making her way. There we go. I was thinking about how we're getting pretty close to the end of this game. We average like 1 season per play session, so we've probably got about 2 play sessions left after this one. And I won't lie, I was kind of getting like sad about it. I was kind of getting a little low-key emotional that we weren't gonna see Nina anymore. Which was kind of sad. Oh my god, Cora. Cora, come back here. Little buddy. What time is it? Alright, it's only noon. We can probably get Nina another herb? Maybe? I don't remember actually how much her going to bed before us detracts. I'm not sure if it's like -4 points. I think everything was even points. So I think it was like... I think giving her an herb is worth like 4 points. And I think if she goes to bed without us, it's like -2. Also, Parsa, hello, welcome in. How you doing? Happy... what's today? Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. What time is it? 5 o'clock. Swap to the brush before we go to bed. We're just playing some Harvest Moon SNES. It's my first time playing it. We are in year 2 in winter. You only get to play for 2.5 years, so we will get to play through spring and summer of year 3, but no later than that. Honey, the shop is closed because it's Saturday. Worry not. Hi, Parsa. I can see your chat. Don't worry. Alright. Yeah, Millie looks good. Okay. She's been an indoor cow this whole time with no issue. Again, I feel like I read some information somewhere that was like, the cows sometimes get upset if they're inside the whole time, but Millie is fine. She does not mind. She is all good with it. Alright, get our eggs, and then we'll get an extra piece of fodder for Nina? What does that mean, Parsa? I don't know what that means. So, I don't know that I'm gonna say something if it's, offensive in another language. Oh, need to get more fodder. Quick. Grab that. Whoop. Chickens, having 4 is maybe a lot. I can't imagine having like a full coop of chickens. That would probably be too many. I feel like you get blocked in there. It means I'm cute. Gendum? Is that how you say it? Gendam? Alright, we'll run up the mountain. I don't think we've had lunch yet, so I don't think it's too late, but... close. Close. Kind of wish we had a shortcut here. Like, it'd be really cool if the Harvest Sprites tunnel on our farm connected to here. It'd be kind of busted, I guess. I would understand why they were like, I don't want to give you, like, that easy of a time to just leave the farm and run up the mountain, but would be nice. Alright, see if we can get another one for her. Because I think we were able to get 3 gifts to her yesterday. Which is not bad. We really should have taken advantage in fall, though. We probably could have gotten her so many mushrooms, like, it would not have been close. I think also, so I think the only other festival in winter is, like, the New Year's festival. I don't remember if it's on, well, no, maybe it's, like, on the 28th or something. There's, like, a meteor shower kind of festival, Starry Night Sky festival, something like that. I guess I could always go into town and check, but that is also a long walk. Definitely not today. Let's put it that way. I don't think we will have time for that. Maybe tomorrow. I'll give her some fodder and then, like, run into town. See if I can check the one calendar book that's sitting open in the church. What's the date? I think we were supposed to be whistling for Koro more. I don't know. I think that's the only way that you, like, gain affection with your dog. Is through the whistle. Which we haven't really been doing, so... I don't know if we're gonna get the max dog affection ending. We might not. Alright, let's see. Snowing tomorrow, which is like the equivalent of rain. Swap to the brush, quick. I wonder if Gale is enjoying her new life after we traded her for a beanstalk seed. I hope she is. Because that man was pretty shady, so I don't want to think about if she's not having a good time. That would be pretty sad. But that is, I mean, we did do that, so I guess we have to live with the consequences of our slightly dubious actions. Let me just, okay, I'm gonna move these chickens because I can already tell they're gonna get in the way. Alright, let's go give this to Nina. Can go into the church. Check the ledger, or the calendar, I guess I should say, and then we can maybe snag her something from the mountain on the way back. Depends on the time. Let's see, it's in the church. We just casually bust into the church and and like read this this events book and do not participate in the actual church. So that was Thanksgiving. 24th is Star Night Festival. Okay. Kind of makes me wish that we had seen some of these, that we, like, hadn't married Nina as quickly as we did, because there's definitely different lines that you get when you experience some of the festivals with the girls when they're single and then when they're married. And it would have been nice to experience like the Starry Night Festival when we were like dating her but not married to her, because we've only ever seen it when we were married, because we married her in the first fall, I think. So probably should have held off, but alas. Her married dialogue is very cute in the Starry Night Festival, though. It's like, I think it's the first time that we were like, aw, Nina is feral but also very cute. We were like unexpectedly touched. Alright, got this. Cool. What time is it? It is 1 o'clock. Okay, we can maybe get another one. We're cutting this one a little close. I don't remember if herbs are worth like slightly more points than fodder or if they're actually just equal. But even though we have a bunch of fodder, I don't know if we should get more chickens or cows or anything, so I'm like holding off for now. I don't want to deplete our fodder stock, just giving it to Nina as gifts. It's not the end of the world, but... Uh-oh. She's definitely asleep. Dang. Almost had her. Just missed her. Alright. Well, the limit ends up being that we cannot get 3 when we go into town. Too many screens pass. Hello, Sophie. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. How's your day been? Hope it's been well. We are playing through our last winter with Nina in Harvest Moon SNES because we don't get to play through year 3 winter. So that it's kind of bittersweet. Whoop. So we're mainly, I mean, there's nothing to grow, so we basically are just taking care of all of our animals and trying to give Nina as many gifts as humanly possible. Because I kind of want to see if we can get an ending with a kid, but we are cutting it very, very close. If I described it, you think I've been on Fur Affinity? I don't even know what that is. Sounds like a wild Tuesday, though. Sounds like wild time. It's funny. It's kind of like, I don't know if it's like funny sad or funny embarrassing, but when I was like much younger, I played a furry game in like high school and I had no idea it was a furry game. I just thought that the animals were cute. And then like years later, I was like, oh, okay, I get it. But at the time, I had no idea. I was just like, oh, this game has like cute avatars. Everyone's like these cute animals. It's a vibe. People in the game are pretty chill. Furry art site, I played as a cat rabbit, inflating cute creatures, throwing them at other cute creatures. Oh. That sounds wild. I don't even know. I can't even like picture that, I guess. But that sounds crazy. That does kind of sound like something you would see on a furry art site. I could definitely see that. Okay, today's what? Today's Monday? I'm gonna go into town after we give this to Nina and then check her diary again. I might be doing it too often. I know that's a thing that you could do too, but we'll see. If we don't have her at the point that we need, which I think it's like 8 hearts, and we're only at 6, which is not like great. Game called Klonoa. It's a good platformer. Oh, nice. Is it new? Did it come out recently? Sounds like Wild Time, though. I'm awful at platformers. Like, actually, it's pretty criminal. Yeah, see, we're still at 6. Even though we're giving her, like, 3 gifts a day. Let's see, 3 gifts a day. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna hit the mark. I gotta think about this. It's a remaster of an old PS1 game. Oh, interesting. That's cool, though. Did you play it on the original? Are you, like, having, like, a nostalgia trip? Or is this your first time playing it? O'clock. Okay, we cannot manage to go to the mountain on time. So we'll just hang outside with our dog, wait for the shipping dude to come, and then we'll go back in. I feel like I should look up this burning question I have about how many hearts Nina needs for us to have kids. Also, this man is so condescending. Like, even when we have thousands of dollars, even $550, not bad at all for winter. And he's like, "Is that it? Is that all you got? You didn't have anything else?" Like, dude, it's winter. Okay, we can't grow much here. But here he is, throwing shade. Let me see. Pete's children. Oh yeah, our name is Pete or Jack, I think, canonically in this game. Okay, wife's affection score has to be over 450, which is 7 hearts. Okay, so maybe we can hit 7 hearts by the end of this month. Maybe. Let me see. If 450 is 7, now I gotta do math. Now I have to think. 450 is 7 hearts. That doesn't like pan out that, it doesn't divide nicely for us. But it's like 60, if we're going by each heart being like 64 points-ish, I guess? I don't know. Alright, let me just quick check. I want to double check that it's not worth me trying to run and getting 2 herbs to rush to Nina every day, or if it's worth the same amount as fodder, then there's no reason for me to be like racing up the mountain every day. Let's see, gift scores when she is in our house. Herbs and fodder are 4. We could give her an egg every day, I guess. But eggs are kind of expensive. I think we'll stick with herbs and fodder. Ahoy! How goes the humble farmer's work today? It goes well. How are you, Lore? How was your Tuesday? Welcome in. We are romancing Nina. I was trying to do some like math to figure out. Basically, I found out that we are cutting it insanely close to have a child born before the end of the game, and I was like, it'd be nice to have one child because we've had this tiny little crib here forever. So it'd be kind of a shame if we did not, but we're cutting it like it's gonna be down to the wire, I think, because we need Nina to be at 7 hearts. She's only at 6. And we lose affection score points anytime that she goes to bed before we do, so we have to be in the house by like 5 p.m. And there's not a whole bunch of stuff to give her in winter. I kind of wish I hadn't like been speed running through fall. And from the day that she tells us that she's pregnant, she has 60 days before she gives birth. So that's like 2 full seasons, so we're down to the wire. So we're trying to just give her as many gifts as we can get, honestly. And see how that works out for us. So I was just looking up the wikis are a bit bare, I won't lie. I was saying before, this game is so old that it's a lot of like hearsay. So there's not a lot of like data in some cases for like things people have actually tested and it's for sure like how the game works. It's a lot of, well, this happened to me once, so that's probably the way it works, which is not always the case. Not always the case. I was also saying earlier I was kind of getting like, I want to say emotional, but I was like low-key a little sad thinking about how we only have like 2 more play sessions with Nina, and then the game's gonna end, and we're not gonna be married to Nina anymore. It's gonna be kind of emotional. I'm gonna miss her. This ain't a Chrono Trigger with exhaustive detailing documentation. Yeah, there's almost nothing. This game has a very bare bones wiki, and then it has like forum posts from people that are like 50% people trolling. Which is, you know, makes it a little hard to parse what's what. So it's a challenge at points. But yeah, we're doing our best. We did a lot of letting Nina sleep before us, and not a lot of giving her gifts in previous seasons, so I just don't know if we've tanked our affection score to such a point that this is gonna be like an insurmountable number of gifts that we have to give her. We can give her fodder. Fodder and herbs technically are worth the same amount. I'm trying not to use up all of our fodder, but I might have to do some thinking and be like, okay, how much fodder can we spare reasonably before we have to like sell an animal because they're gonna starve. Because we might just end up being like, hey Nina, here's a whole bunch of hay. I hope you enjoy it. And she's gonna be like, thanks. As she says with every gift. Her favorite gifts are cake, which I still have no idea how to get, and full moonberry, which is only available on the mountain 2 days, or like 3 days total, I guess, in fall, which we have never gone and gotten, so. I found out, so you know, I've been very confused by the secret garden at the like north section of our farm, and I was like, what is this? What purpose does this serve? Is this like some sort of secret? This thing. Turns out these are the number of power berries that we've eaten. It's only been 4, so has not been a bunch. I did learn that technically I don't actually know if this works in the winter, but in theory, there's a power berry that you just dig up somewhere on the farm. I don't know if it's like predetermined, like where it is. Oh. Well, that's where it was. I think, is there just one, or is there 2? I don't know. I have no idea. Oh. What was that? It was money? I guess I'm just gonna dig until that dude shows up and is rude to us about how much we've accomplished today. And then we'll go to bed and like dig more tomorrow, I guess. So that's kind of cool. Because the power berries like give us more stamina. That's like kind of the big thing. Our stam is in fact lacking. Alright, dude is here. We will go into our house so Nina does not go to bed before us and we lose points. Because that would be sad. It's already happened once. I made a mistake. And I was like, well, well, we lost today's points. That's for sure. Nina definitely gets like seasonal depression, I've noticed. Winter, and I think even like fall, she's like having kind of a rough time of it. She just talks about how everything's dead. And I'm like, oh god. Nina, are you good? She's like, no. I hate it here. So, I kind of hope spring comes early for her as well, because she is struggling. She is not having a good time. Which is not what we like to hear from our wife. We'd rather her be happy. What, Nina, why do you have to make it so real? I know. She makes it very real. Like, I don't know if the other girls are as real talk as Nina, you know? Like, Nina has, like, seasonal depression. Nina, like, talks about how she's insecure about, like, whether she was, like, emotionally ready to be married and stuff. I was like, oh, dang. Nina, this is heavy, girl. I don't know. The kinds of things that definitely would have passed me by as a child. But as an adult playing this game, I'm like, oh, okay. There's like baggage to unpack here. Alright. So, yeah. She's having a time of it. I also heard, like, our mother-in-law was, like, trash-talking Nina to us. I don't know. I don't know if, like, you marry Maria. Does that happen? I have no idea. I feel like it probably doesn't. I feel like Maria's probably just vibing. Like, it's just a hunch. I don't know. But I have a feeling that I don't know that Nina has all the same dialogue as anyone else. Maybe they all have like wife dialogue, but it'd be nice if they all had like original dialogue. Most of her dialogue seems pretty on par with her as a person. She talks a lot about the mountain. She talks a lot about nature. So, kind of makes sense that she'd be like big sad in fall, winter, and like super happy in spring, summer. Having the best time. I'm gonna give so much fodder to Nina that like we're gonna have to sell an animal. I can already tell. Alright, let's go. I was like, can we go down this well? I think the answer is no. Let's get the hoe again. And I guess we'll just dig over here. I guess we can't dig in that section. We're just out here digging for power berries as you do. I feel like the first one that we got today was the first one that we've gotten from digging. I could have sworn there was 2. But maybe not the case. It's possible that we dug up one early and I just like deleted that memory from my brain. That's not like unheard of behavior, I suppose. So anything is possible. I do like that you can't like pass out though, you just like stop being able to do work. It's kind of an interesting concept when you think of like modern farming sims. All generally have you just pass out. You just end up teleporting back to your bed, you're passed out, you used up too much energy, but this game was like, no, you can't do that, you just can't continue to work. You'd fall over, but you don't like go to bed. You still have to walk to your bed. Penalty is you can't like get all your stuff done. But that's it. Not so bad. Not the worst outcome. The onsen is far away though. I will give it that. It's a hike up the mountain to get there, so almost like time-wise, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to like deplete your energy unless you do so at like 7 in the morning, and then you hike up and you have like almost the whole day ahead of you. But otherwise, not really gonna work out, I think. Alright, we got our dinner. It's bed. I think I'm gonna keep giving Nina 3 pieces of fodder every day. We'll see how that works out. Had our morning chat. Time to grab the milker brush. I'm not sure which one the milker. Which one we did not have in our hand at the time. This giant milk. I swear, like, considering our body size and the size of that milk, that has to be enough to feed, like, family for a while. Like, imagine if a gallon was the size of you as an adult human. That'd be a lot of milk consumed. I don't even think we make that much money off of it, actually. I think maybe we might make 150 for the large one. I feel like maybe it's 100 for the normal milk, the like small. Oh. Gotta go back. Get that fodder. Nina's fodder now. Gave fodder to all of our animals, and now we give it to our gremlin wife. I would be almost tempted to buy milk in that size, given the rate my roommates destroy it. That's a lot of milk consumption. I do not drink that much milk. We have it at the house, but honestly, like, neither of us really drink it that much. We usually end up making cheese with it, actually. Like, house cheese. Because, yeah, we don't, like, have... I don't know, neither of us do breakfast, so it's not like we're having cereal or something. And personally, I don't like milk as a beverage. So, you will not catch me just drinking milk. I'm down with every other dairy, but milk is not it for me. And then, like, cooking-wise, we mainly use heavy cream and stuff. So, not the handiest for us to have. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know why we keep buying full gallons, because it's kind of a pain. Hard to keep up. I don't know, milk goes bad so quickly too. It's like actually kind of hard to keep up with unless you're drinking it every single day or using it and stuff. Okay. Do-do-do. Just continuing our digging crusade. It is much easier to dig with the golden hoe. Otherwise, this would be arduous. Jammed, hello, welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Hope your day's going well. We are slowly progressing in Harvest Moon SNES Year 2, our final winter. The last winter on the farm. It's going well, good, I'm glad. Just woke up, nice. Sounds rad. Good way to start the day with Harvest Moon, you know? I would have loved that as a kid. I would have been amped. Alright, let me swap out the, because I keep forgetting to swap out for the milker, which we'll need. Good morning. Let me check. Okay, so we have 4 chickens, 1 cow, and then we're giving 3 pieces of fodder to Nina a day. Which I think is gonna be 2,100 fodder. So we're like cutting it a little close. We'll have to like keep an eye on our fodder stash as we come into spring. But we should be fine. Maybe once we come into spring, I'll have to swap to something else to give Nina. I don't remember, let's see, what grows in spring. She hates flowers after she gets married. She only likes them when we're dating her, when she's unmarried. So we might have to go back to just doing the herbs. That might be the way. Also, let's see, it is the 18th, so we've only got, like, it's 6 more days until the festival, and then I don't even remember if we get to play on Spring 1, or if it just plays the cutscene of us going to the mountaintop for the watching the sunrise. I beat Moonglow Bay, took me 35 hours, nice! No bugs that like stopped your progress, it seems, which is great. Good to hear. 35 hours is like not bad. It's like a decent amount of time, but not so much that it's tragic. There is one. Uh-oh. How'd you get around it? How did you get around, yeah, the one bug that everyone seems to get? Tomorrow is snow. Oh, it's a side quest. Okay, so you just avoid the side quest. Okay, that ain't bad. I'm excited to play it. Oh my god. Millie. Girl. I gotta, like, run at this lady. If you just focus it, I think you get it done. Yeah. I'll probably just wait to... I guess I'll just find the name of the side quest and just avoid whatever one bricks the run for people. I just won't do that. I would have hoped that they would have fixed it though. Like, I don't know. It's been a while. It feels kind of rough considering, like, it is a PC game. Like, just patch that out. Yeah, yeah, like, that's what's weird to me. Because it came out in, like, the fall, right? Like, fall last year? Something like that? So it's been a hot minute that it's been broken. Which is just... I don't know. Pretty brutal. Yeah, so this game, Moonglow Bay, it's like, it's a fishing sim, pretty much. And this bug is actually, it's like completely game-breaking. And there's a bunch of, it's what absolutely tanked the Steam ratings, because people were playing it, and then, like, obviously they run into this bug, and it bricks their game, and they get ticked, because they put in, like, you know, 20 hours or whatever it is before they attempted this thing. And it was, like, very clear. Like, it seems like everyone kind of gets it, so it's not really, like... I don't know, it's not, like, intermittent or something. Like, it seems very consistent as far as bugs go. And yeah, you, like, can't progress. I guess you can't finish the quest, is what it is. And then therefore can't get an achievement. I thought it was a main story quest, so it's good that it's a side quest. I was kind of worried that it was like, oh, well, it's just it's just the main story and you get got. But it is rough that, like, they haven't just patched it out in some way. Either remove that quest line or fix it. I don't know, it doesn't seem that revolutionary, if you know what I mean, to edit it out if it's giving you trouble. So, I don't know, maybe they just decided to, like, cut their losses? Feels bad, but maybe they were like, well, the game's ratings completely tanked due to this thing, and we're done working on it. Sometimes that happens, but it is sad. I'm sure the completionists, like, lost their minds, but luckily that's, like, not normally me. I do have a friend, though, who has been trying for many years to complete, like, every World of Warcraft achievement that he can, which is a terrible thing to do, because they keep adding more. So it kind of just never ends. Just doesn't... There's no way to, like, finish out. For most people on the second playthrough didn't do that. It's just because I couldn't get a cutscene for fixing all the stuff. Who does that to themselves? Yeah, he's just one of those people who, like, has to complete things. WoW just happens to be that one of those things for him. But I don't recommend that state of being. Generally, I would say. I don't think, I don't know, like, it's weird, right? I have, like, kind of mixed feelings in general about, like, completionism in games. I respect that people like to collect or complete all things, but I think it's kind of rough that games even make that a thing. Because I feel like it can be really unhealthy for a lot of people. I think a lot of people have a tendency to get, like, obsessive about those things, and I don't think that's, like, a positive thing to encourage. So, I'm, like, very medium about achievements in that way, or, like, 100%ing things. Because, I don't know, I can easily see myself falling into that hole and, like, not having a good time because of it. Alright, let me Okay, dude's here. I guess I'll just go to bed, that's fine. I don't know if I'm gonna lose time by going into the shed. But yeah, I don't love when games like lock content or I don't know, certain achievement things behind like skins or whatever behind like 100%ing games. Cause I don't feel like I need that kind of encouragement to get into things in a not healthy way. I have kind of an obsessive personality myself, so I don't need the aid. Like I do it already. I don't need to be encouraged at all. So I've like gotten better about it. I guess I've like actively worked on it. I have tried not to 100% things on purpose. Just like gotten used to being fine with it not being perfect. Or like with Animal Crossing, they added like terraforming, and then that made people go absolutely nuts about how their islands like looked. And yeah, that ain't me. I can't handle that level of like needing perfection in a space, otherwise things like minor things I feel like are really day ruining. It's like a real tilter. So I just let stuff look messy. I don't worry too much if I miss cutscenes or, you know, don't get achievements or secrets or things. I'm not about to like restart a run or like go back and do things generally. Otherwise I'd be here forever. There's too much content that would appeal to me in that way. And then you end up like my friend who's been trying to get all the WoW achievements for like 10 years. So... And if you ask him about it, if you're like, has it been worth it so far? He's like, nope. Absolutely not. But he falls into that like sunk cost fallacy, where he's like, I've already put like hundreds if not thousands of hours into this endeavor, so might as well just see it through. And I'm like, no dude, you can end it at any time. You don't have to see anything through, it's fine. I'm gonna try, you know what? I'm gonna try breaking this chicken statue with this hammer again. Achievement hunting is almost never worth it. You just end up hating the game in my experience. I think for me, I find it to be pretty unfun and unfulfilling at the end. Oh, we did it. Yes! Yes! We got that berry of power tree from the chicken statue! Yes, I had this hunch. I was like, wait, does it need to be snowing when I break it? Does it need to be precipitating? We got it. We got it. But yeah, I guess for me, I don't feel fulfilled completing, like, or 100%ing something, or completing a bunch of, like, all the achievements or something. Like, I don't know. It doesn't feel satisfying. So I just stopped doing that. Because it feels like, oh, I just put all this time into this thing, and then I, like, I'm, like, not even happy about it. I'm just like, eh. Alright, we did it. Which, I feel like it's not the way. Imagine if someone came to our farm right now and I'm just digging. For no reason. Like, we can't even plant. At, like, the bottom of our farm. They'd be like, are you good? Do you need help? Are you looking for something in particular? Like, what is this project? What's going on? It's kind of concerning behavior. Like, if I was our neighbor, I would be like, this dude's a little weird. He's got some weird stuff going on. Honestly, the new, like, I'm not gonna say gripe for me, but my husband likes to 100% complete things. And the killer, I think, for him right now is Vampire Survivors, because they keep adding more achievements. Like, he has all the achievements, and then they add more. And then he feels like he's gotta, like, go complete them. And then they add more. And he's, like, trying to do other stuff, work on other games. And it just never ends. Just never-ending cycle of, like, come back in, play it for, you know, another 10 hours or whatever. They reel you back in like that. Yeah, I think I got damaged from, like, WoW and, like, doing a bunch of achievements and then, like, an expansion coming out and then, like, wiping all that progress, pretty much. And having so many extra achievements, and it was like, alright. Alright. I see where this is going. I see what's happening. I get it. Alright. Wait, what day is it? 21st. It is, we have, what, 3 days before the Starry Night Festival? I think. And then the first day of spring that we are actually, like, sentient and awake, because, like I said, I think that they might make us, like, sleep for the whole first day. Because we're, like, up in the morning to watch the sunrise on the mountain with everybody. That first day that we can actually move about, we will go up to the mountain and try and plant the Beanstalk. That'll be the goal. So, we'll see how that turns out. See how that works out for us. I'm not sure if there's any other, like, peddler or hawker. The dude that comes to the farm. The sketchy dude that comes to the farm. I'm not sure if there's any more secrets from him that we, like, didn't run into. There might be one for selling a chicken. I do not remember. Whoa. So we might sell a chicken to test it out, but we'll see. Xiaoling, hello! Welcome in! How are you? Happy Tuesday. Let me know if I do not say your name correctly. Give me a holler. Hope you're doing well. We are playing Harvest Moon SNES. We are doing our final winter on the farm. It is year 2 winter. And we only get to play year 3 spring and summer. So we're slowly moving through. Okay, good. I said it right. Perfect. Perfect. How you been, though? How's your day going? Hope it is going well. This is admittedly the most boring time of year. We've been doing a lot of digging. I think there's another power berry on the farm that we have yet to dig up. So that's what we've been searching for. We found one, but I feel like there's 2, and I don't remember digging up one originally. Boring is no good. It's a bit of a drag. We're in a weird space. We're trying to have a kid. Our affection score, I think, is actually a little low for it, so we're kind of getting to the end of the time frame for us to have a kid before... Because we need Nina at 7 hearts. She's at 6, but I think we let our affection score slip pretty low. So we've been giving her a bunch of fodder every day, but... I don't know. I don't know how effective that route is. And so we're trying to boost her affection score. Try not to go to bed after her either, so that we don't lower it at all. Are we gonna see the scene? The kid scene? I mean, we won't see it today, because it takes 60 days from her telling us that she's pregnant before we have a kid. So... that'll take a hot minute. Let's see. Cutscenes we might see today. We've got some festivals. We got 2 festivals to go to. And we might, it depends, we might be able to do the Beanstalk secret today. It depends on how quickly we move through stuff. But it's only 7:20 right now for me, so... we might be able to slot that in. We'll see. We'll find out. If not today, then we will definitely get... well, assuming we finish out winter with Nina telling us that she's pregnant. So the real problem right now, the risk, is that she might not tell us that she's pregnant until... really late, in which case we might not have time for the kid to be born before the ending happens, which in that case I'm not sure what ending you get, because we won't technically have a child physically. So we'll see. It is 12:19 in the morning for you, so I think I'll go to bed soon. Yeah, definitely. That's late. I mean, I say that, I go to bed really late too, so... I go to bed at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m. very frequently, but still late. That is still very, very tiresome. Okay. We used up all of our stamina digging around. No power berry. Dang, it's 2 a.m. for me. Y'all are up late. You are up be late. Jam, didn't you say you just got up too? You wake up early in that case. Or late. I guess it depends on which way it goes. Does Harvest Moon have multiple years like Stardew Valley? It does. It's not like Stardew Valley in that you can't like go infinitely. You can't go to like year 10 in this Harvest Moon. I think they stopped doing the hard limits on the Harvest Moons in like, I think it was after like A Wonderful Life or something. They started making them kind of go infinitely like Stardew does. This one, you can play all the way through year 1 and year 2, and then you get to play through spring and summer for year 3. But after that point, the game just ends. You get an ending scene, and what happens in the ending scene depends on like what you did in the game, which is kind of cute. I kind of appreciate that. It's kind of nice to have an ending sometimes, you know? So, sometimes it can be a good thing. It can be a little sad if you, like, put a lot of work into your farm and you know, feel bad letting it go, but I think we'll appreciate it. Often went to bed at 7 a.m. in summer vacation. That is late. I don't know if I ever went to bed that consistently that late when I was younger. Once in a while, like pulling all-nighters, but not super consistently. But yeah, no, it's pretty early, yeah. I guess that's true. But yeah, not super consistent. Just once in a while. And now I can't do that kind of thing. But yeah, it was kind of, I don't know if I would call it funny, but I like actually started getting like low-key a little emotional about the fact that like the game's ending and we're not gonna be able to like hang out with Nina anymore. I was like a little sad. I was like, oh, I'm gonna miss Nina. I've enjoyed our time together. She's been a good wife. We've been a good team. I wouldn't recommend doing it, especially not when you do it for a few days in a row. Yeah, if you start getting on like opposite sleep schedules, your body can get a little wonk. Your circadian rhythm doesn't necessarily love that. Time to order our Nina Frozen body pillows, chat. It's so true. I'm so sad. I'm like actually a little sad about it. That's why I'm glad that I'm having that little Nina like plushie asset made that we can have on our other farming adventures so we can fondly remember our time together. Bye, Sheldling. Thank you so much for stopping in. Rest well, rest well. Yep, catch you later, But yeah, I'm a little, I don't know, I had a moment today. I was like, cause I was like having a think about how many more play sessions we had left, and I kind of realized it was only like 2 more after this, feasibly, because we generally do 1 full season in a play session. And I was like, dang, Nina's gonna be gone in like 2 more weeks, pretty much. And I was like I was getting really sad about it. I had to stop. I had to be like, okay, get it together, Raz. Be strong. Don't let Nina see your tears. But I felt really sad. And it's like tricky. I don't know. It's one of these games that like, I don't know if I would... I don't know, it was at the beginning. If you asked me like a couple weeks ago, if you were like, Raz, would you like replay Harvest Moon SNES? I'd be like, I don't know. Like very medium on it. But it's kind of grown on me. It's very simplistic, but it's grown on me. And I like the ending thing. So maybe I'll do an ideal like Nina run sometime where we just try and get Nina's hearts up to max. And we try and get both kids, because you can have 2 kids. So we're like barely gonna have 1. Okay, it's 8 o'clock now. Let's run to town. I gotta check her diary. I hope I'm not like losing points for checking her diary so soon, one right after the other, but we will eat that penalty if we have to. She's still at 6. I don't know. We're doing our best, but I just don't know how low our affection score was, so it's hard to gauge like how many points do we need? How many points do we need to win back Nina after we spent so many months coming back to bed late? Because I was like, oh, there's no penalty for this. This is no big deal. It's not the end of the world. Turns out, there was a massive penalty. The penalty was no children. I was like, oh, just kidding. That's tragic. That is big sad. At least for our completionist, like, ending kind of thing. I don't think you can, because you can't pick up the weeds, you, like, can't really do anything with them right now. Because cannot move them in winter. I guess the snow makes them too heavy. Or that is at least my theory. The weeds are too heavy with snow, they cannot be lifted. It's just the way of it. I feel like our secret garden, like, honestly, the amount of power berries we've gotten is, like, not insubstantial. Like, we've done a pretty good job. And we got all of the golden tools, which is pretty good. So, like, either way, I'm proud of us. We did well, considering we went into this pretty blind. I didn't know any of this stuff. I only looked up some of it, like, way later, so can't be too upset. And I did not have any nostalgia to go on. I know there's one power berry you could get from the Egg Festival. We got the charm, the anti-disaster charm. We needed to, if you get, I don't know if it's like, if it's 100% the first time you win the Egg Festival, you get the charm, or if it's like 50-50, you get the charm or the berry. If you get the charm, you have to win the Egg Festival the next year, but we got bodied by the livestock dealer in year 1, so we did not win. So we can't get that power berry. I know that for sure. We're definitely locked out of that one. I feel like there's one that you get in the mountains by just like chopping a whole bunch of wood. But now it's the Star Night Festival tomorrow. It'll be nice with clear blue skies, so you'll see the beautiful stars at night. So this, I think we have to chat with Nina, and then she'll tell us. Yeah, so she says, I'm going to the nearest place to the stars. So she's going to the top of the mountain. So we have to meet her tomorrow night at the top of the mountain. That is our goal. To see our final Starry Night Festival with Nina. Big sad. It's the Star Night Festival tomorrow. There are a couple of places for it. So you should ask the townsfolk to decide where to go. Also, like, I just realized, doesn't that dude have, like, a Davy Crocker hat? Like a coonskin hat? It's got, like, a weird tail like that. I didn't notice that the first time around, and then I was just looking at him, and I was like, hold on. Doesn't he kind of look like Davy Crockett? Like, a really weird way. Like, Sir who handles the shipping in this town. I don't know if it's just how that is drawn. Like, maybe he doesn't look like that in the promotional images. I don't remember if I ever saw him in the promotional images, but I also don't own the booklet. That's really the key. I don't have, like, the booklet that would have come with the game, or, like, the strategy guides or anything, where all the, like, official art would have been. So maybe he looks different in there. Trying to find art assets for this game online, by the way. Huge. Yo, it is literally insane. Have you seen Nina's image on the wiki? All the girls, their images are it's clearly from a book, like from a physical copy of the box or like the booklet or something, and it is insanely washed out, like crazy. I had the hardest time. So when I approached this artist to make the Nina plushie for us, I had to give them like reference images of Nina, and I had to give them like 6 images, including some that were just fan art, because I was like, so the colors here do not match like the colors in the game, versus there's like 1 or 2 like promotional images of all the girls with the main character with protag here. So there's a few, but they are insane. They're hard to find. And the booklets and stuff, I think, are expensive. If they exist, like if they're of a quality that they could possibly be sold in some way, I can't imagine they're cheap. We will just use our imagination then. Yeah. No, they definitely didn't have a... I would love, yo, I don't know, maybe we need to, like, write a letter to Marvelous, and be like, Marvelous, can you, like, give us an art book? Like, I would love to have a Harvest Moon art book of just all the official art for all the games, from, like, SNES to Pioneers of Olive Town. I think that'd be sick. I would buy that book. They could charge me, like, $120, and I would buy that book so fast. So fast. But yeah, like, it's I couldn't go to the artist and be like, hey, can you just make stuff up? I had to, like, give them something to work with. So I was like, well, I dug up some images. And even then, they were like, do you have a reference image of the frog? Because I asked for a frog in Nina's... Nina has an apron pocket in the promotional art, like, from the booklet. And I was like, can you put a frog in her pocket? And they were like, do you have a reference image of the frog? And I was like, there's not a single reference that I could find of the frog sprite from the game. I couldn't find it. It was just gone. And so I sent the artist the clip of her feeding us the frog at the Harvest Festival. I was like, this is all I have. I can only give you video form of it. Because I could not, for the life of me, find that frog asset. Speaking of insanely rare, I found a full set of core rulebooks for 2nd edition D&D at my local used bookstore. They were pretty beaten up, but I was shocked they'd even made it in there. There's crazy books out there. There's, like, so much stuff that you can... I love thrifting and antiquing. I'm usually a good citizen. If I go to an antique store or a used bookshop and I find something that is worth quite a bit more than what they have listed, I will usually tell them. I will go up to them and be like, I don't know if you know what you have here, but this is worth a lot more money than you were listing it for, and you're kind of gonna get robbed if you don't mark it up. It has to be a big discrepancy for me to do that, but if it's orders of magnitude, you know, if they have a book that I know to be hundreds, you know, $500 and they're listing it for like 10, I will go up to them and be like, this is a $500 book. Like, you should fix that price. Like, this is worth, or sell it, you know, on like Abe or whatever, like actual collectors sites, that kind of thing. Because I don't know, I feel bad. Sometimes I feel bad because, like, some of these people that run, like, these thrift stores and antique stores, they can't be experts in everything. They usually just have some kind of idea, like, what things are. So I would feel bad if they kind of got, you know, if they had something that was actually worth something and they didn't know and then they sold it for, like, way less. But it's only happened a few times, but I have done that. Where should I go? Oh yeah, okay, I never remembered if our animals just don't need to be fed today. Like, I don't know. We go to the mountaintop. Alright, our final time. Seeing the Starry Night Festival. We saw our shooting star. Next year, the year after that, may I be able to see stars with you like this. Oh, Nina. I'm gonna miss you, girl. I'm gonna miss you so much. I'm so sad. So crushed. It's our last Starry Night Festival with her. The one near me usually researches before they price stuff. Yeah, they try their best. There's some things that are just not, like, obvious, I guess. Like, some book edition stuff is not obvious. You can make a good guess. You can kind of, like, get, you know, like, something like Dungeons and Dragons, very popular. first edition, second edition, you should assume that those things like have worth to them. Early video games that you like know people really love, you know, things like that. You can assume, but sometimes they don't quite know. Or it's just like some group consignment store and like somebody brought it in, they're like, just sell all this stuff for me. And then it's like, you actually have thousands of dollars worth of merch here, friend. I actually got the first 7 Pokemon movies the other day from them for a good price. That's rad. Yeah, I love antiquing. One of my favorite things to do. I try not to fill my home with clutter. But my husband has a workshop, he does a lot of woodworking and stuff, so we're always on the hunt for good, like, hand tools. They just don't make, tools like they used to, or there's some, like, certain hand tools, planes and stuff, they just don't hand planes. There's just not a huge market for them anymore, so you can find good antique ones. They are very handy. And I used to collect antique kimono. That was the other thing. Kimono get weird outside of Japan though, because there's a lot of like... I'm not gonna say scams, but there was like, in the 19th century, there was this market for like kimono that were meant to be sold as souvenirs to foreigners. 19th, early 20th century, that kind of stuff. So they have very like distinctive patterns and like ways that they're constructed and stuff, so sometimes you'll see those being marketed as like actual garments on the secondhand market, and it's like, well, they weren't really meant to be worn. They were meant to be, they knew that they were like gonna be hung up somewhere, that they were gonna be displayed. They're not quite the same. But when I was antiquing for kimono, I only ever really bought from people who knew what was up. One, because they usually gave me a lot of the history that I needed, because I'm not like such an expert. So it's nice having someone that can actually date something like pretty accurately. And also because they would like actually know what something was worth, so they would have like pretty good prices. Though if you wanted to like scour auction sites, you could definitely get more of a deal because people would just like want to get rid of them. But I don't have a ton of opportunity to wear them or anything, so I've scaled down my collection. I gave some away to some kimono friends who I knew would actually wear them. And the rest I keep because they're like sentimental, but probably won't buy anymore. Probably. Hopefully. I have quite a few. Could probably stand to pare down even more. Honestly. I have like several boxes that live in a closet with like special kimono like paper, acid-free paper and stuff that they are stored in. But one day, I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I try not to collect things like too much because I've actually lost collections to like flooding and stuff, and it's a special kind of agonizing, and I don't really wish to go through that again, so I try not to be so worried about like material items, because they can always just like be gone in a flood or a fire or something, and it's like really sad. It's like really crushing. So yeah, like I used to wear Lolita fashion back in the day, and I had a lot of dresses that were like pretty rare, hard to like get a hold of, that I loved a lot, and I lost a lot of them in a flood. I was like, well, I am not going to invest my emotional well-being in stuff that can be lost again. That is probably not the way. It's fun to collect things, but it's good to, like, not be too attached, I guess. To understand, like, yeah, I could lose this. And then, you know, have a healthy dose of, I enjoy this thing, but it is not my... it is not the, hinge upon which my mental health rests. Because it's pretty tragic to lose a collection that you've been, like, slowly building over years. Not a fun time. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend anyone to experience. Not good. It was one of those that it was nothing so rare that I, like, couldn't replace it, but it was just like, man, the thought of having to do it all again. Pithy as it is, the things you own use holds true still. Yeah, if a lot of your, like, enjoyment comes from material goods, you just have to be kind of, like, careful. Cause they can be gone, you know? It reminds me when, like, all the minimalism stuff was, like, getting really big, like, a couple years ago. Whatever, 5 to 8 years ago, somewhere around there. And they're all, you know, it was, like, Pomari, like, having her book come out, like, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. And then there was, like, The Minimalist, had, like, the documentary about minimalism or whatever. And the funniest one to me was this, there's this Japanese author, and he wrote a book about minimalism, and then he had this interview with a Japanese interviewer, and they were asking him, they were like, so what made you decide to be minimalist? Like, what was the final straw? And he looked this woman dead in the face, and then he was like, I'm too mentally ill to own stuff. And I've never had something resonate with me so hard. I was like, you know what? I feel that. He's like, me and my friends got together and realized we can't be trusted with stuff, or we accumulate too much, and it takes over our homes and our lives. So we just decided not to have stuff. And I was like, you know what? I respect that. I totally get that. I was like, that is one of the most real things I've ever heard another human being say. Now, I'm not minimalist by any means, but I was like, wow. Forced me to, like, take a step back and be like, you know what? Maybe I should be a little bit more, sparing with material goods. I try not to have things that aren't, like, pretty functional these days. I don't do a lot of knickknacks. I have pretty limited wall space for art, because I have a lot of windows in my house. So I kind of have to be kind of discerning about what I, like, allow into my house, otherwise, and my house is small as well. So if I put too much stuff in my house, it will just bury me alive. I'm thankful in that any of my hoarding tendencies are severely curtailed by never letting my messes overtake my space. That is a key fence to put around your hobbies. You know what I mean? Di, hello! Welcome in! How are you? Happy Tuesday? Maybe it's Wednesday where you're at. How you been? We're playing Harvest Moon SNES. I'm wasting time right now. We're waiting for it to be 5 o'clock and then we can go to bed. I think it's good to have a few things that you like and make you happy, but not too many. Yeah, I think it's totally cool to, like, have collections, have things that you like, have material things that you care about, but not to a point that, like, takes over your life or your space. If you're being buried in the things that you enjoy, maybe not the way. Now, the crucial flip side of that is if my space expands, my hoarding tendencies expand to fill it, but still, yeah, that's like, I don't know, it's like lifestyle creep, but specifically to material goods. Mahjong Soul just went into maintenance. Oof. Honestly, that's why I swapped our Mahjong day from Tuesday to Thursday, because they kept doing maintenance, like, at it would either happen like at the beginning of stream time, or it would be happening like in the middle of it. And I was like, well, I can't do that. It's not working. First convincing win I got with a double Hanemon back to back, and then it showed me the server notification. Hopefully it still counts. I would hope it does. I don't know. There's like, I don't know, there's a couple games that do like maintenance really well, but they have way more of like a timer set on their games. Like they create a barrier basically where you can't start new games, but they let the current games finish before it like goes into maintenance mode. And I kind of wish Mahjong would do that, but I guess Mahjong games can go so long that it would like be a pain if we had to wait for people. If they were like sitting there waiting to flip the switch because like I don't know, like having this war of attrition and not letting someone pass the like 30k point threshold would be pretty rough. Yeah, I was playing Mahjong earlier, saw you play Classic. Yes. It's my first time playing Harvest Moon SNES. My first game system, like console, was actually the GameCube. Mainly because my parents were not into video games. I was allowed to play like educational games on the PC, but it wasn't until my younger brother was like sentient that they allowed us to get a console, and even then, I remember as a child having to like make a presentation about why we should be allowed to get a GameCube. It was like a whole production. So I never got to play this game. And I was like, you know what? I want to play every Harvest Moon game. I need to go play the old one. So I was like, let's just start at the original. Let's go play SNES. And it has been honestly a true joy. I've enjoyed this game a lot. It's not that I didn't think I would enjoy it, but I thought it was like pretty simple and I was gonna be really medium on it. But I've had a super fun time. GameCube is such a cool looking box. I skipped that console. GameCube is honestly such a good console. There are so many good games on GameCube, it's unreal. Original Pikmin, original Animal Crossing, Harvest Moon: A Wonderful Life I think is the best Harvest Moon. Other people will fight me on that, but like I maintain that is hands down my favorite. And its score reflects that it also is pretty good. Like Smash on GameCube was super fun. I don't know. It was a good group of games. They had so many good games on there. I remember playing GameCube when I was little with my dad. I love that console. It's good. I've thought about getting a physical one again, just to like have. Mario Strikers was the best on it. Mario Strike, there's just so many games that came out on GameCube that were just so solid. And it was nice because there were a bunch of games that were like the first of their series that came out on there that were they were crazy. Like Pikmin and Animal Crossing. Like those were like dynasties. So good. I was put off by the PlayStation performance, so I didn't feel like taking the risk with another disc-based console. That's fair. I think if you have the option to go play emulated GameCube games, I think a bunch of them are like, if you can find an emulator that like works, like plays nice with it, it's worth playing some of those games because they are pretty rad. But I have very fond memories of like, I don't know, when I was a kid, my parents like they got a Suburban, that like car, and it had a DVD player in it. It was like one of those cars that for some reason we were like, you know what we should put in cars? TVs. Which is such a like early 2000s move, but they had one of those. And I clearly remember like going on a family vacation and we had just gotten the GameCube and we like, so the first family vacation I think that we went on we somehow like hooked up a little tiny like TV on top of a cooler and like played GameCube, and then later we somehow hooked the GameCube up to the to the DVD player. And I think we were powering it like through the car, but we might have had some weird external like battery pack situation. I think we were using the like outlet thing in the car. The cigarette lighter thing, whatever that thing's called. It was wild though. Especially later. Like the playing it on the DVD player, honestly, I don't know how like we saw the screen. It was so tiny and it like you could like barely see anything there, but it was rad. I remember it was like me and my siblings playing Animal Crossing and like passing off the controller to each other, and my parents were happy because we were quiet and we were not being bothersome during this long drive. It was pretty lit. It was a good time. There's a bunch of old games that I need to like go back and replay. I've talked about it a few times. I need to go replay Oregon Trail, because I got bodied in Oregon Trail as a child, and it was not close because, like, I was a child. There was no way I was gonna lead a group of people through the wilderness and pack supplies correctly for them to all survive, let alone, like, roll the dice and, like, die of dysentery or get killed by rattlesnakes or something, but I gotta go back. And, like, I need revenge, you know what I mean? It's time. I understand now that humans need salt to live. I think I'll do better this time. I knew there were adapters for the cigarette lighter outlet, but I had no idea how much power that can push. Yeah, like it doesn't feel like it should be a lot, but I have clear memories of like playing that thing in there, so we must have done something. I don't know if it was safe, but it was enough to like get that thing to run. Somehow we made it work. But yeah, like, I need to go play Oregon Trail. I have a bone to pick. I think I can make it. I think I can make it to Oregon. I think I can do it. I now know humans need salt to live, so I tell myself every time I consider not getting involved in stupid internet fights. So real. There's so many games I wish I could go back to because I was too dumb as a child to understand. Yeah. I mean, games were just cutthroat back then. They didn't care. They were like, I don't know. They were like, too bad. We made these for adults. Get got, kid. Your run is ruined. There was no mercy back then. Like, I clearly remember on Oregon Trail, there was no guide, right? I remember just going to the general store and I was like, alright, what do we need? And I'm pretty sure I got a bunch of, like, beef jerky and bullets. And I was like, yeah, this is all we need. This is fine. And it turned out it was not fine. Bullets are very heavy, by the way. It was not the way. And, yeah, then I just wiped, like, 10 times. And I never figured out that it was, like, the stuff that I was bringing with me. And, you know, we smashed that chicken statue, by the way, girl. We know what was in it. We're aware. Some of the NES and SNES games were very unforgiving. It was not close. Not just action games, exploration RPG games, and like menus. Yeah, there were tons of things that were like super cutthroat. They just didn't care. Even in this game, there's tons of stuff in this game that is extremely cutthroat. Seeds are crazy expensive, and you can just accidentally throw them on the ground. And, like, they're just gone. It's very easy to, like, throw very expensive items, like eggs and stuff on the ground. I've done it many a time. And that's it. There's not that many ways you get money in this game. So then when you, like, waste that, you like, feel it. It's like a knife. It gets you, and you're like, oh, man, I had no idea. I don't know, games have gotten harder in like other ways, in like mechanics and stuff, where they just expect you to like be better at like doing some things, but the absolute brutality is missing. in most modern games, I would say. Like, games are a little bit less, like, actively fighting you every step of the way. They're usually at least there to be like, we'll try and give you a hand to play this thing. I struggled with my reading skills as a child and would always get frustrated with games, but now they tend to be a lot more kid-friendly. Exactly. Yeah, there were so many things that it was like, they just didn't care. They were like, oh, you don't know what this word is? Get God. And it was like, I am a child. I was not made to understand this. The new difficult is the increasingly common, do I need this extended cutscene lore or can I skip it? Yeah, do I need to be here for this? Can I go? OG Animal Crossing had villagers steal from you, then give you a pittance of bells in exchange. Yo, that is like actually triggering to me. Like, the number of, yo, remember when you would catch a fish, right? You'd be so amped. You just caught this fish, you'd never caught this fish before, you've been searching for it forever, and then one of your villagers runs up on you, steals it from you, you can't even, like, say no, and then they give you, like, 5 bells for it, and you're like, crushed. Like, you spent so long camping this thing, and they just stole it from you. They would also send you, like, a trash can in the mail, and they would say, I saw this at the store and thought of you, in the letter. They were, like, you can't tell me that was AI generated. Somebody wrote that letter somewhere. They knew what they were doing. They knew that a trash can was in the list of things that they could send you. Somebody somewhere knew. Yeah, like, original Animal Crossing on GameCube was cutthroat. Absolutely brutal. It was insane. Also, the very first Animal Crossing on GameCube, the Thanksgiving event where that turkey, Franklin, is like hiding behind a tree and he's like, steal silverware from the table for me because I think they're gonna eat me for dinner. They invited me as a guest, but I'm realizing this is Thanksgiving and they might kill me, so I need you to remove all of the, like, sharp objects from the table. And you'd be like, okay. And that's how you got, like, the furniture. It was a time. It was a time, it was a place. Also, while everyone treats The Sims as casual dollhouse kind of series, Sims 1 was at least half horror game. You screwed up at work and we took 500 from you. No, not deducted it from your paycheck. Took it from you. Yeah. I don't know, these games were not kind to us. They were distinctly unkind. And then they kind of wondered, like, why we all turned out anxious and depressed and stuff. It's like, hey, why did you end up anxious as an adult? And it's like, well, when I was a child, Animal Crossing villagers used to steal from me, and I would lose all my most valuable items to them, and it was really soul-crushing, and I was really sad. Oh, okay. Fair. There's some pretty depressing games out there, but I wouldn't expect it from a game like Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing was wild. Animal Crossing was very real in, like, your debt is crushing you, and the one businessman in town is, like, just racketeering, and, yeah, it was a journey. And, like, animals would get in fights all the time with each other, and they'd be like, I hate this person. And you'd be like, dang, that's wild. Like, you guys just had one argument. Like, I think you'll be friends tomorrow. I think it's all good. It had a lot of realism to it, in a weird way. And I loved Pikmin, but man, I was not equipped to play Pikmin as a child. No way. I got bopped every time. If you got stung by a bee, you were out of commission for like 4 hours. Yeah. You were out, not only did you get stung by a bee, everyone in town would tell you how ugly you looked. They'd be like, dang, you look horrible. And you're like, I know, dude. I missed the bee with my net, man. I couldn't run in the house fast enough. I tried. It was a time. Pikmin was a child's guide to attrition warfare. Pikmin was brutal in a lot of ways. They wanted you to, like, you're a child, so you get attached to these little creatures, and then, like, they are just dying in front of you. Like, you raised this little alien creature, and you have to use it. You have to use them to, like, pick up these objects for your spaceship, and they're just getting eaten by wildlife in front of you, alive, as they're, like, screaming. Like, it was horrible. It was so graphic. Like, not actually, there's not blood or anything, but it was disturbing. It was like, man, this is making me real bummed out. Alright. It's 8. I gotta feed Pick super fast. She needs her heart medication, so I'm gonna put you guys on a quick BR back screen. I'll be back in like 5 minutes. I just gotta get her food together, and then we will finish winter, get into spring, and hopefully get the Beanstalk secret going. So, look forward to that. We'll be back very shortly. Alright, I'm back. Y'all talking about scary games that messing everyone up. As I was making dinner for Pick, Boy Wonder, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the cottage. As I was making dinner for Pick, I was like, you know what actually messed me up? The Pikmin drowning. In Pikmin, dude, they be flailing in the water, making this distress noise, and you're just watching from the edge being like, I did that. I accidentally drowned that Pikmin, and I'm being forced to watch it. I don't know, games were brutal back then, man. They were not meant for kids. Or if they were, they didn't realize how traumatizing they were. Absolutely insane. Just, yeah, there's so many things in games that were like, oh my god. And they just got you. Things that were, I'm trying to think if there was anything like super spooky or like messed up in other games that I like really enjoyed. I feel like, I don't know, Pikmin probably did the most damage to me. I mean, Animal Crossing was brutal in its own way, but nobody drowned, you know what I mean? Nobody died in Animal Crossing, it was just people being mean to me. Loco, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. Also, hope you're doing well. We're talking about old games that traumatized us. Welcome in, friends. We're, talking about all the horrors of old video games. Also, the Pokemon creepypastas messed me up. Yeah, those are pretty bad. Battletoads messed you up, Loco? Are you the one that put all those Battletoads in that landfill? Was it you? Mr. Salad Fingers is also creepy. Yeah, Logo's namesake there. Already a spook. Them hours spent. Yeah, I guess there's plenty of games that you're like, wow, the real horrors that I put time into this. That I spent time here. We were talking about how there was like a bunch of creepy stuff and a bunch of the old Zeldas, and how in Pikmin you had to watch Pikmin like be eaten alive and like drowning and stuff. And I don't know, I feel like I remember a bunch of the old shooters were like really brutal too. Either like things that were like jump scary or like just like pretty horrific. Zombies ate my neighbors. Exactly. Yeah, I don't know, there's so many things out there, man, that got us when we were kids. Those crying babies being eaten by zombies. Yeah, like, there's stuff like that, yeah, like, did they have to do it like that? Did it have to be so real? You know what I mean? Like, did we need to witness, like, crimes? I don't know. Drawing a blank on actually spooky games back then? Yeah, I mean, I've always been weak to horror, so I never, like, played games that were specifically horror-driven, because I wouldn't have made it. I would have had night terrors for weeks, and then my parents would have been like, it's the video games. So I just knew to stay away. Pathways into Darkness was an appropriately scary FPS, so dark and claustrophobic. Ninja Gaiden was pretty dark. Yeah, there's a lot of games that have, like, just unexpectedly dark storylines, I guess. They didn't, like, even need horror to be horror. They just already were. The horror was built in. But yeah, there's a lot of those. Even, like, I don't know, it's weird to think of Amnesia as, like, an old game now, but it is very old. Amnesia is, like, a brutal storyline. And it was, like, I don't know, one of the first where it was like, yeah, you can't fight back. You just have to experience this. I don't think the game is naturally that scary, but the storyline is, like, horrific. Like, absolutely awful. Back then, aliens and demons were par for the course. That is true. Yeah, everything was all about aliens and demons, like, popping up and ruining people's lives. That is true. It was the time. The Alien game on the SNES was pretty creepy. I believe it. Yeah, like, I'm trying to think. I really don't think I played anything that was, like, expressly horror until much later. Like, honestly, actually, the first horror game I ever played, probably, that was, like, actually just a horror game, was probably Amnesia: The Dark Descent in, like, 2011? 2012? Somewhere in there? I don't really think I was looking for that before that point. Even then, I don't really think I was looking for it then, but it happened upon me, so. Yeah, like ages later, which kind of a different experience. Like more modern gameplay take. I don't touch those games. Yeah, I'm not a horror fan. So, jump scares will get me every time, and it's just not fun. Yeah, I don't like jump scares. The thing that was weird is, for April Fool's this year, I played Amnesia, because it's kind of the antithesis of, like, what I'm doing. Like, I'm normally chill and cozy. Also, hello, Miko! It is Tuesday! Almost missed your stream. You're a good girl. Welcome in. Hope your Tuesday's been going well. Hope you're chill. I'll watch the YouTube videos on streamers screaming like little girls. I mean, watching other people be scared is usually pretty funny, but experiencing it yourself, not generally super fun. This town will be in a festive mood tomorrow. Yeah, do we have to do anything for that? Like, do we have to show up, or does it just cutscene? I don't remember. The smell of the dirt is getting stronger as snow melts. Spring is near. Sounds great, Nina. I'm glad you're about to be relieved of your seasonal depression. But yeah, like, I don't know, Amnesia was super weird because I wasn't scared for like 99.9% of Amnesia. It was clearly meant to be very atmospheric spooky, but I just didn't find it scary at all. So I like felt kind of bad because I was just like hanging out. Oh my god. Millie, please. Please. Alright. Well, we at least did the milking. Like, I don't think I would ever enjoy playing Devour, but for some reason watching people play Devour is really funny to me. Really funny. The same thing with, like, Phasmophobia. I think I would actually be spooked in Phasmophobia, but watching other people play it, I'm like, man, this is A+ content. This is very quality. I'm here for it. But if I was actually playing it, I would be, like, crying. Devour, it's like a new-ish game, I think. Like, I feel like it came out this year. Maybe it was older and people just discovered it. It's like an indie horror game. You can play as up to 4 people, and there's, like, every map, there's, like, some weird quest that you have to get done, and so, like, as you're progressing the quest, so it's either, like, you have to like cleanse eggs, or you're like killing like rats or something, or like burning stuff. Like burning books, I think, is one of them. As you do those things, the monster that's like after you in there, it like ramps up in how aggressive it is. So it just gets harder and harder. And it's one of those that when it gets someone, it jump scares them on the screen. And it's super funny. Honestly, watching the HoloLive English VTubers, the HoloLive folks play Devour for the first time, like, I don't know, last fall or maybe like earlier this year. I have not laughed so hard in like a really long time. It was genuinely insanely funny. But if I was the one playing, I would have been like sobbing. Like I would not have been having zero fun. I would have been having a terrible time. But somehow watching other people be freaked out and like having a rough time is like, it's good. It's enjoyable. Maybe that's a mean thing to say. Watching other people in pain probably shouldn't elicit feelings of, I don't know, joy, but there were some very funny moments. I think it helped that not all of the girls were super scared. So like when I was so like Crony was really freaked out, but Mume was like very, very chill. Mume and Fauna were pretty like chill, and then like Gura was like hard trying to do the tasks, and Crony was having like a terrible time. And that was just like pretty funny. Like a funny dynamic, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. Watching people play those kinds of games is always like funny. But I would not enjoy. Do these Holo girls stream on Twitch? So the HoloLive girls all stream on YouTube. They might be getting Twitch accounts. Some of them might already have them, but in general, they're on YouTube. But yeah, HoloLive is like one of the big Japanese corporations. The two big Japanese VTuber groups are HoloLive and Nijisanji, and they both have English branches. But yeah, so most 99% of their content is on YouTube currently. But they might come over to Twitch at some point. I don't know. They had a bunch of problems with like bot raids and stuff earlier in the year, and YouTube like wasn't really doing anything about it. So who knows? They might pop on over. Personally, I really like watching corporate VTubers generally because they I don't want to say they can't disappoint me, but they're like held to kind of a high standard of how they're supposed to act on the internet, and I can kind of appreciate that as an adult. They're not gonna like go out in left fields and like do something absolutely nuts, and I'm gonna be like, wow, I feel sad for investing time into this person who is a human and makes big bad terrible mistakes. They're generally pretty chill, so. And they do a lot of group content. That's enjoyable as well. Alright, New Year's Festival! The first sunrise! Let's go! Our last New Year's. Alright. This is Nina's mom. That's our mother-in-law. I'm telling you your fortune? Yes. Pick up any card you like. What should we pick? Top? Middle? Bottom? What do we feel? We're having our fortune read by the witch in town. I don't remember what we picked last time. I have no memory. I have no memory of what we did here a year ago. I feel like we went middle. So I feel like maybe we go... I definitely don't think we picked bottom. So I'm kind of feeling bottom. No, I mean, maybe you want middle? Middle of the road. We could do that. I don't know, tough choices. Let's see if my bad luck is taking out. Alright, let's go middle. Let's see. This is Dai's fortune. Luck. Fair harvest. Okay, you had Kichi. Not bad. Not Dai Kichi, but like, hey, luck is luck, man. You would not have to tie up that fortune at the shrine. That ain't bad. My business go well too. Oh, thanks, Maria. It's weird how you know that, because I never talked to you, but... You said that last year, sir. He was like, this year I'll tell her. I think he's in love with Nina's mom. This is Anne's dad. Bro, you're running out of time. It's going to be good this year. I think that's the hunter. We should see the first sunrise at the beginning of the year. Did we talk to this dude? Alright. Now I have to pray to shrine to get Mahjong Soul wins? Yes, exactly. You got it. Better go buy a lottery ticket while the luck lasts. Exactly. Take advantage. Yeah, I've gotta go. Back to work. That is true. Let us pray. Exactly. Alright, so now we're in spring, which means first we gotta go ahead and feed all our animals and stuff, and then we're gonna go plant that seed up on the mountaintop. Okay. Also, I don't think we're getting a kid. Nina might get pregnant, but I don't think we're gonna have time for her to actually, like, give birth. Because she needs 2 full seasons, and she's still not pregnant yet. So the game ends in 2 seasons. So I don't think it's happening, but that's okay. We did our best. We tried. We'll keep giving her gifts, but we just won't go as hard with it now that we hit spring. And, like, I don't know if it's supposed to be, I think she's supposed to, like, mention it to us. I don't think it's like a cutscene, but I think she's like, hello, I am pregnant, which not happened yet. Alright, let's feed the chickens. Then I will swap out the cow stuff for the bean. The bean that we traded Gale, our first cow, for. This man came to our farm and he said, hey, do you want to trade a cow for this bean? And we said, yep. Yes, we do. So we did that. We can always get more animals to fill the place of a child, 100%. Or to fill Gale's place, that's true too. But yes, if we're not lacking for affection here. We've got our multitude of chickens who are absolutely wild. Now we're gonna head up the mountain, the long way up. We'll bring one of these berries back for Nina. There's so many up here. I don't think I've, like, ever really come up to the top here. Alright, get the seed out. I think we have to plant it here. Okay, so now we leave. And then we come back. And it should be fully grown. Nice. Alright, climb that beanstalk. Here we go. Okay. Look at this place. This place is wild. Ah, the first human in, well, how long has it been since the last human being came here? Hey you, are you working hard? We've been working pretty hard. Now take this with you. You can sell it at an expensive price. Work hard from now on. Dang, alright. Thank you, chicken. Golden chicken. Go home as soon as possible. It's the way back. It's connected to the world here below. There we go. We're leaving. The chicken told us to leave, so I feel like we should leave the beanstalk. Good lord, this is a golden egg. I never expected to see it with my own eyes. Alright, 5,000. No, 10,000 gold for it. Will you please sell it to me? Yes, living longer means something for sure. Alright, we got 10k for it. And now we just go to bed, I guess. We're exhausted from our Beanstalk adventure. It's the time. So that was the Jack and the Beanstalk secret. The little hidden tie-in. It even grew through solid concrete. It did. Yup. He looked so chill though. Maybe we should work hard. Yeah, right? He looked like he was having a great time up there. I wasn't sure if it was going to do a cutscene. Where it like forced us to sell it, or if we could try and hatch it. I wanted to see if it gave me the chance. I was gonna try and hatch it into a golden chicken, but alas. Clearly there can only be one golden chicken, and it lives in the sky on top of a beanstalk, so we'll take it. We accept. I might think about selling... I don't know, I don't remember what the chicken secret is, selling a chicken. I might sell one anyway, just to see what's up, but I might like wait till summer? I don't know. Because I think there's a secret if you try and sell a chicken, you put the chicken in the little like livestock box, and then like that dude, the shady dude who sold us the beanstalk seed, like shows up. And I think he trades you something else for the chicken. But I don't know if I'm like misremembering that, and it would be kind of a shame to lose a chicken. Not like the end of the world, but not the best. Let's see how our fodder is doing after I gave so much of our fodder away. Not bad. We still have like 200. Let me go into town. I think we can... What day is it? Friday. Okay. Let's go get some seeds. I planted like 4 plots last time, I think. Potato seed. I don't remember what each of these are. Turnip. I think turnip takes the least time. Okay, so we'll just do 2 and 2, I guess, or like 1 turnip, 2 potatoes, maybe. Did it just change the weather on the fly? Modern games can learn from this. I think it changes like the lighting sometimes is like very dramatic when it's trying to be like, this is morning versus this is afternoon, and it can make it look crazy. So I think that is what happened. It is spring now. We did make it to spring. We kind of obfuscated that with some cutscenes, but technically that's where we're at. What time is it? Okay, it's morning. I don't know why I keep being like, is it evening? It's like, no. Not at all. Okay, let's get... Oops. Get the other thing. Alright, let's plant like our 1 turnip field. The hard thing is now that we have the golden hoe, we can't actually dig like 1 patch at a time. We have to dig in like huge rows, which is like kind of a pain because some of our plots got messed up by the winter. So I might just make use of some strange... They're not going to be in a nice row anymore. Let's put it that way. Too many games have a pretty static or non-existent weather system. That is true. In all the farming sims, weather is like pretty important, so they at least generally do that correctly, because it's like a big deal for farming. I remember, I don't know if it's still the case, but I remember back in the day on Black Desert Online, which is like an MMO, you could see weather patterns moving across the map, which I thought was so cool. Like, you could watch a storm blow in. And I thought that was really rad. I would love to go on a picnic with you, Nina. I don't think we've ever been on a picnic, though. I don't think we've ever done that. That sounds great, though. I love picnics. To be honest, I don't know if I know anyone who doesn't love picnics. They're pretty good. They're pretty top tier. BDO looks pretty good to this day. BDO does look beautiful. The one issue with BDO is that it has an insanely exploitative system of gear upgrades. It's a lot of microtransactions. It's a very pay-to-win vibe in a lot of ways. I think is she inside? Are you inside, Nina? You are. Had a feeling. Alright, I think I'll like do the watering and then I'll do the animals, I guess. But yeah, BDO is tragically... Well, it's got 2 points against it in my book. One, all the microtransactions are pretty brutal, and 2, the max level, like grinding and stuff, is exceedingly boring. Living at like Sawson's, hitting the exact same enemies over and over for hours upon hours upon hours, I'm good. But the game is beautiful. It does look nice. I love the music in that game too. The music, the atmosphere, like there were a lot of things that were going for it. It's just like, it's kind of boring at the top. Just kind of grindy. But that's just how BDO works. Boring grinding is the worst. It is. Yeah, you just kill the same enemies over and over. Like you can go fight some bosses and stuff and like that's not bad, but it's a grind game for sure. And then on top of it, the pay-to-win stuff really kind of kills any wish you would have to like any motivation that you might have had after grinding is pretty gone after a point. Because you're like, well, the one thing I found funny, I mean it was awful, but it was funny, was the way that their gear like upgrade system works is if you failed the roll on the upgrade, for certain items, it would destroy the item. And you were trying to upgrade it to like another tier, right? So you'd have like whatever, the first one was like Pry, and then there was Duo and like Tet and stuff. Each time you would try and upgrade, you would need like better luck to get it to upgrade, and then it had a chance of destroying certain items when it did that. And when it destroyed your item, it would announce that you missed the roll and destroyed your item to the whole server in a public channel. And you could turn off that channel, like you could stop the alerts from happening for you, so you didn't have to see other people fail, but you couldn't prevent your alerts from being pushed out to other people. So yeah. Like it was funny, but in an awful way. Because you would know that someone like spent money on this upgrade and they failed the roll. And their stuff was dead. And you'd be like, well, that's it. But yeah, I mean it's not quite as bad as Diablo Immortal. That's like a new level of aggressive, but BDO has for a long time been very rough, we'll call it. Not in a great place. we shall say. Alright, I feel like I'm just gonna like wait out a bunch of these days. I guess we might... This is like spooky. We might be able to just go grab one of those fruits from the mountain and give that to Nina. We can try. We'll give it a go. Maybe Mod Soul will slap some sense into the Blizz team. Oh, maybe MS will with what remains of that group Microsoft. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking good. Let's put it that way. It's not looking great. Blizzard has pretty proven that they just don't care. They just don't care. They don't feel like change is needed. They're just gonna keep doing their thing, which is why I don't play Blizzard games anymore. They have not proven to me that they have any interest in improving anything. So I'm good. I don't need that in my life, you know what I mean? Maybe in the timeline where the Cubs didn't win the World Series, we got Warcraft 4. Maybe. The head honcho dipped out earlier, so maybe with some restructuring, it can turn around. I thought CEO Bobby was still there. I thought he was literally not forced out recently, which was crazy to me. Considering he threatened a former assistant with like bodily harm, which I was like, it's wild that you are employed having done that in a high profile way. But yeah, well, we shall see. That's the Activision guy. Bobby Kotick. I mean, he's both. He's an old Blizz guy though, from what I remember. No, Mike Morhaime. Bobby Kotick did it too. If Mike Morhaime did it, that's crazy as well. But they're all messed up over there. Most gaming companies need some sense slapped into them. They need a lot of help. Yeah, like, I don't know, a lot of the game companies are no good, sadly. That's why I just play Harvest Moon, you know? I don't think I've heard a bad thing about Marvelous. If someone finds out, they can let me know, but they seem fine. They just make farming sims. They just hang out. Not bad. Not a bad vibe. Does not seem like... It shouldn't seem that hard to, like, not be terrible, but somehow, like, most gaming companies are like, I don't know, it's really hard for us to just not be terrible to people. Which is a bold move, but alright. I will begin fabricating the twit longer at once. Please do. Please do. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure someone will come along and be like, well, at some point. I'm sure there's awful people that have worked everywhere. It's just a question of, like, were they encouraged to keep being awful? And were their crimes, oftentimes literal crimes, hushed up? That's the real question. It's one thing if you have an awful person that works for you, but then you find out that they're awful, and you fire them, and you encourage the person that they committed a crime against to, you know, file against that. Take them to court. You know what I mean? You don't be like, ah, he's a nice guy to me, so I'll keep him around. I like him. And then years later, it gets found out. And it looks real bad. What happens if I can't interact with any of these? I was like, what happens if I talk to this crib? Will it be like, hey Nina, are you pregnant? I guess, what time is it? I might be able to make it, wait, what day is it? Sunday, okay, it's closed anyway. Tomorrow, I will have to go and check on her diary again, but like, it's not looking good. Got our dinner from Nina. Time for bed. I still love in this game that, like, when it gets dark, they just cut off the music. They don't even have nighttime music. They just cut it off. They're like, you're out too late. She's pregnant! Yay! She's not gonna have the baby in time, I don't think, but yay! Oh my goodness. Nina is pregnant! That's amazing. Welcome, Nina and baby! We did it! We did it! We did it! Now we can return to our regularly scheduled system of going to bed after Nina and making her upset. Liz, welcome in! Liz took a serious reputation hit, Ima, when they gave the "you guys don't have phones" answer at the Diablo Immortal reveal. I mean, they've taken a lot of hits for various things that they've done that have been awful. That was among many. They were bad when the state of California filed a lawsuit against them for workplace discrimination against women. Like, if it's so bad that the state has to file against you, bro, you should have fixed that a long time ago, buddy. And then they tried to be like, we didn't do anything wrong, and that backfired real bad on them. That was not a good look. They shouldn't have done so many things to so many people. They probably should have just been a better game company. Just a thought for them, you know? But alas, they are not. They are terrible. So that's why we don't support Blizzard in this cottage, you know? We free up our wallets. That's what I like to think of it. Look, think of all the cool indie games you can now pay for instead of playing for Blizzard games. You can just avoid them altogether and have a better experience. But yeah, they've always been bad. The thing that got me about Blizzard, aside from, I mean, there were so many things, but the breast milk theft was probably the craziest to me. The fact that it didn't just happen once, it was like routinely mothers who were breastfeeding children, they had a separate room to go like pump, as you do, during the day. And there were dudes that not only tried to break into that room so they could see a woman without her shirt on, but they also stole breast milk from the special breast milk fridge. They literally stole food from babies. Like, how villainous do you have to be? You know what I mean? Like, people don't do that. People generally are not like that. But not only was it like one Blizzard employee, it was like multiple. Yeah. It's so much work to make. Exactly, Liz. It's crazy. So yeah, it's like not only were they like trying to bust in on ladies just trying to live and make food for their babies, but then they stole food from babies multiple times. It's crazy. It's almost like it is almost unbelievable. It's like, how does that, like, this is like the plot of a game. It's like the plot of a weird movie. You'd be like, no, that's not real. But it is. It is real. So that was the wild that was the wildest bit to me. And then it wasn't even stopped. They didn't even stop that. They were just like, yeah, that sounds sane. Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of weird people working at Blizzard, really. Like, I don't know what was going on over there, but people that would steal food from babies have some weird vibes. That literally impacts the health of the child that needs it at a vital stage of life. Yup. Yeah. Yeah, like very vital. Clearly a problem. And they were like, no, this is fine. This is sane. Very reasonable. It's a place, really. Blizzard has apparently been a place to be. So yeah. The worst part is the utter insanity and villainy didn't even result in good games. There was no trade-off. It was garbage and misery all the way down. Yes. Yes. Like, not only were they stealing food from babies, but they weren't even capable of making a good game while they were doing that. They made some of the worst games, in fact. Pretty horrific. We got absolutely nothing positive out of them for, like, ages. And they were horrible. And employed horrible people. So yeah, when people are like, well, what if Blizzard changes? I don't really know if I want to give them the chance, man. They did us so dirty. They did all of humanity dirty. It's a crime. We gotta just let them go. They were too busy stealing milk to make games. Like, maybe literally. Maybe literally the case. Which is something. What a way to go. You know what I mean? Technically they're Microsoft now. Well, we'll always know them for what they were. The internet never forgets. Yeah, they should be prosecuted. I mean, it's the whole, like, you know, if they fired everybody that was ever involved in that, if they found all of them, and they prosecuted them, and they fired all of them, and then they, like, made everyone go to a bunch of, like, sensitivity trainings, and they were like, hey, you know, there's people that are different from you in the world, and you should treat them nicely. And then they put out a good game, I would maybe think about coming back. Maybe. But that's a big baby. Like, that is, like, we'll see. And agreed, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, honestly, knowing Blizzard... Oh, shoot. Forgot these are, like, 4 days. Where's the horse? Calf. Come here, bud. He's stuck in here, I might have to ride him out. Come here, calf. This is the point of the horse, by the way, in this game. You cannot ride the horse. Oh. No! He juked me. Calf juked me. You ride the horse only on your property. And you use him because he has saddlebags, and you can put stuff in the saddlebags, and they get automatically shipped. We did lose a turnip there, though. We've been on a good spree. We hadn't lost something in a while. But no longer. We're now at 0 days sans produce lost to the ground. 0 days without incident. The counter is reset. Yeah, a moment of silence for that turnip. He did well in growing, and we just threw him away. Your potential won't be forgotten. Yeah, your potential income will be felt. The loss of which cannot recover. Alright, what time is it? It is noon. Alright, let's go. Well, we gotta get more turnip seeds. Actually, I might just get more potatoes, honestly. Turnips are good, but I think turnips are worth less? I don't know. I haven't done the calculations for, like, the, per day gold value on these. Cool. It's now in our shed. What are we at with Nina? Are we only at 7 hearts? Because that was a grind. Yeah, we're only at 7 hearts. Dang. We worked hard, but not hard enough. If I had known that we couldn't have kids until we, like, got her heart level up, like, a good bit, I would have spent time in fall. We pretty much slept through fall, which is my B. So we could have not slept through fall. Given her a bunch of mushrooms, which she loves. She's big into the mountain life. The hearts, so we needed... The hearts are like a so like originally you need your heart level to get up to a certain point for a girl to agree to marry you in the first place. And then once you're married, the heart levels determine if your wife can get pregnant and if you can have kids. So if I had not squandered our time in the fall, we probably would have had a kid born before the ending cutscene. But now Nina will just be pregnant in the ending. That's all. That's all. Because she needs 60 days from when she tells you for the kid to be born. And you can have up to 2 kids. 2 kids, you need, for the second kid to be born, she needs to be at 9 hearts. She needs to be at 7 for the first one, so... We, instead of having kids, we had chickens. That's all. That was just the way of it. Alright, let's do the... Grab this. Let's do the watering after, I guess. I will swap in the brush. And then we'll do potato seeds and the watering device. It's not really a can. It's like a weird umbrella-y thing. I don't even know what you would call it. Chickens are better anyways. I think so. Chickens are like not bright, but they're not like offensive. And they don't generally attack you, like guinea hens. Guinea hens will go for you. But chickens are like, eh, they're just vibing. They're just hanging out. The chickens in this game when they're chicks are a little disturbing, but they're all grown now, so they're cute. All is well. We don't need to think too hard about when they were small. What's up, Pick? Oh my goodness, Pick, what's up? You're upset? Why? Why? What happened? What are you upset about? Oh, you're talking to Coon. You're not even talking to me. Ooh, I cricked my neck so hard just now. I was like, Pick, what's up? And then my body was like, bye. See ya. You're gonna regret that immediately. And I was like, I do regret it immediately. I have chickens of all different breeds, and I'd rather have them than a child. That is fair. What breeds of chickens do you have? I want to get chickens someday. I'm thinking about getting salmon faveroles. They're like a French breed of chicken that lay eggs. They're like a winter producer, but that means they don't lay a bunch of eggs. Because we don't eat that many eggs. So I would be wary about getting too many layers that actually go like ham. Because we would not be able to eat all the eggs. And that's kind of a waste. Man, remember when I used to water one at a time? Because I do, and it was very painful. It was an experience. Silkies, Leghorns, Buff Orpingtons, and more. Wow, that's so many. Do you have a favorite? I know a lot of people like Silkies as like companion pets even, because they say they're so friendly. Upsell trinkets on the same stall. Mark it up. What time is it? Do we have time to go get... Yeah, we do. We can get Nina something from the mountain, her fave. I love how we just eat lunch by like randomly pulling out like a massive croissant or an onigiri or something and then just wolfing it down on the run, and then we just continue with our day. Very nonchalant. Meanwhile, in like Pioneers of Olive Town, like people actually sit down at a table to eat. We don't, but other people do. Other people do. I have one Soki that was the first egg I ever hatched, so she has become the family favorite. Oh, that sounds so sweet. That sounds adorable. Now I want to see pictures of all your chickens. I want to be spammed with chicken mail. Alright, I think we fed everybody, right? I think we did. The eating animations are crazy cute. Oh, I didn't know. Yo, you can get a second dinner from her? We can just get infinite dinner. That's crazy. My mother retired to the countryside and bought a little ranch, so I can't stop getting pictures of chickens. It is your life now. That's all you will get for forever. Alright. Nice. Nice. You take over your life. I've become a crazy chicken lady. That's what they say. I think my husband will keep me in check because he doesn't really want chickens that much, so he won't let me get too many. He'll be like, alright, we gotta chill out. I really want sheep. That's what I want one day, super bad. There are these black-nosed valet sheep I want, or valet black-nose, I want them so bad. They're so cute. My ideal life is like having some chickens and some sheep and then shearing them and spinning their wool into yarn and then like being an old lady that knits yarn that I made. That sounds pretty cool to me. Alright. It is 9 p.m. almost, like 1 minute to 9. So I'm gonna swap us over to here. I was like, what is up there? But it is actually our schedule, which is great. So anyway, we're gonna be back tomorrow morning for more Sunrise Stardew. Thursday, we're gonna be back playing Mahjong Soul. And then on Sunday, there's a brand new farming sim that's coming out called Dinkum. So we're gonna be trying that out. It should be tons of fun. But thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. I had a lot of fun. I'm getting a little sad that Harvest Moon SNES is ending, but we got to climb up our Beanstalk, and Nina is pregnant, and our farm is doing well. So I'm happy that we're gonna get a good ending. I feel it in my bones. I think it's gonna be good. Let me start this raid, and then otherwise, I hope you guys have a great rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, and I'm gonna catch you guys tomorrow morning for more Sunrise Stardew.